For most of us, the ultimate financial goal looks like this. You work for 30 years, pay off your mortgage, and finally live completely debt-free. Regular debt drains your bank account, so cutting up your credit cards and owning your home outright seems like the obvious way to win the game. But the ultra-rich play a completely different sport. Instead of paying things off, a billionaire will purposely borrow $50 million against their own assets to buy a mega yacht or a sports team, specifically so they never have to hand a single dollar over to the IRS. You might wonder why someone with that much money needs a loan in the first place. It comes down to liquidity. Billionaires don't actually have hundreds of millions sitting in a checking account. Their wealth is tied up in shares of companies, traded right here. To buy something massive, they need cash. So what happens if they just sell their stock to get that cash? The government immediately steps in. If you sell $100 million in stock to buy a mansion, you might instantly owe $20 million in capital gains taxes. You take a 20% penalty just to access your own wealth. And the math gets worse. Once you sell those shares to pay the tax bill, they are gone forever. You no longer own the exact asset that was making you rich. You traded a money-making engine for a one-time purchase. This is the trap that catches new money. To dodge it, the global elite completely abandon the idea of paying things off, using the bank's money to buy assets while keeping their own capital working elsewhere. The entire strategy hinges on one line in the tax code: borrowing is not income. Because a loan must be paid back, the IRS legally cannot tax you on that money. Instead of selling, a billionaire uses their $100 million stock portfolio as collateral to secure a $50 million bank loan, completely tax-free. You still own the stock, so it keeps growing, easily outpacing the low interest rate on the debt. To twist the knife, you might even be able to write off the interest you pay on that bank loan as a tax deduction, instantly lowering your overall tax burden even further. You just accessed $50 million, kept your stock, and avoided a massive tax bill. But that leaves a pretty glaring question. You still owe the bank $50 million. How do you pay them back every month without ever touching your own cash? The answer lies in hard assets. Take a look at this aerial view of a typical suburban neighborhood. Massive private equity firms and the ultra-wealthy use their borrowed cash to buy up thousands of residential houses exactly like these. They don't live in them, obviously. People move in, sign leases, and start paying rent every single month, creating a massive, predictable stream of cash. They funnel the rent into a special box, a shell company, that collects the cash and wires it to the bank to cover the loan's interest. Then they refinance. They swap old debt for cheaper debt, pull out tax-free cash, and repeat. You are using your tenants' paychecks to service a massive bank loan, backed by stocks you never even had to sell. You rinse, repeat, and build a real estate empire without spending a single dime of your actual net worth. So if you manage to pull this off, you reach the top of the financial hierarchy. But you realize pretty quickly that the peak isn't about owning your car or your house free and clear. It is about aggressively managing endless ledgers of debt. You command hundreds of millions of dollars in purchasing power. You live in penthouses and sail on mega yachts. Yet on paper, you technically own almost nothing outright. Everything around you is collateral for something else, and that introduces an incredible vulnerability. This entire system relies on the stock market going up. If the market crashes, the value of the stock you used as collateral plummets. When that happens, the bank issues a margin call. They demand immediate repayment. If you don't have the liquid cash to cover the margin call, which you don't because your cash is tied up in real estate, the bank can force you to liquidate everything at rock-bottom prices. Decades of wealth can be wiped out in a matter of days. The strategy works flawlessly, right up until the exact moment it doesn't. You can build an infinite, tax-free financial fortress out of IOUs, but you are building it directly over a trapdoor.